Magandang buhay po sa inyong lahat at naritong muli ang inyong matinik at ang musikero channel upang maghatid na naman ng kaalaman sa matematika. Bago po ang lahat, pakisubscribe po muna ang ating channel at huwag kalimutang pindutin ang kampana para lagi po kayong updated sa ating mga videos. Ang ating discussion sa session na ito ay napapatungkol pa rin sa polynomials, preliminary concepts. At ito naman po ang inyong abang lingkod, Danilo M. Guzman Jr., na muli po ay magtuturo sa inyo tungkol sa polynomials. Bilang panimula ng ating diskusyon ay ating ngayong pag-uusapan ang laws of positive integer exponents. Under the laws of positive integer exponents, meron tayong tinatawag na product of power, quotient of power, power of power, and then ang pangapat, power of product. And then we also have the power of quotient. At syempre, ating sisimulan ngayon ang ating diskusyon regarding about laws of positive integer exponents at tayo ay magsisimula regarding about the product of power. Pagdating sa product of power, meron tayong formula na sinusundan at ito yung law natin. A raised to the n power times A raised to the n power is also equal to A raised to m plus n. At narito ngayon ang ating mga halimbawa nang sa gayon ay ating mapag-aralan ng maigi ang ibig sabihin ng product of power. Halimbawa, x to the 5 times x cubed. So, paano natin yan sasagutin? I-add lamang natin ang exponent na 5 at 3. So, we have x raised to 5 plus 3. Upang ating masundan ang ating law na a to the m times a to the n is equal to a to the m plus n. I-add lang natin ang mga exponents. Finally, ang ating sagot, x to the 8th power. At ito naman ngayon ang ating susunod pang halimbawa. Kung papansinin natin, may tatlong x tayong nakikita at iba't iba ang kanilang mga exponent. Ang unaan is x to the 5, followed by x cubed, and then x squared. Dahil pare-pareho namang x ang given at may kanya-kanya lang silang exponent, maaari nating i-add ang mga exponent. So we have it now as x raised to 5 plus 3 plus 2. Finally, ito ang ating sagot. X raised to the 10th power dahil lang 5 plus 3 plus 2 is simply equal to the 10th power. And then we have another example, 3x to the 5 plus 2x cubed times 5x squared. So, paano natin yan sasagutin? Imumultiply lamang natin ang mga numerical coefficients na 3, 2, and 5. 3 times 2 times 5, I think that is equal to 30 dahil ang 3 times 2 is 6. And then times 5 is equal to 30. And then afterward, ang mga exponent ng pare-parehong x natin ay atin lamang i-add. So we have it as 30x raised to 5 plus 3 plus 2. Finally, ito ang ating kasagutan sa ating tanong. 30x raised to the 10th power. And then we move on to the next problem. 3x to the 5y times 2x cubed y squared times 5x squared y cubed. So ano nga ba ang kasagutan natin dito sa ating ekspresyon na yan? Imumultiply muna natin lahat ng mga numerical coefficient na 3 times 2 times 5. 3 times 2 is 6 and then times 5 is equal to 30. And then, i-add lamang natin ang lahat ng mga exponent ng x and then lahat ng exponent na may meron ng bawat y. Ang ating sagot, 30x raised to 5 plus 3 plus 2. Dahil may talo tayong x na may kanya-kanyang exponent na 5, 3, and 2. I-add lamang natin ang kanilang mga exponent. And then we proceed to y. We have 1 plus 2 plus 3. Finally, ang ating sagot, 30x to the 10th power, y to the 6. At yan ang ating tinatawag na product of power at ito ang ating mga halimbawa. Sumunod naman, we have 5abc times 6acd. Meron pa pala tayong isang halimbawa. So, paano natin yan i-multiply? Siyempre, 5 times 6 muna, which is equal to 30. And then ABC times ACD. So paano yan sasagutin? Ang ating final answer, 30A square, B, C square, D. Ngayon, yan ang tinatawag nating product of power. Ang atin namang susunod na tatalakayin po ngayon ay ang ating tinatawag na quotient of power. Under ng quotient power, meron tayong tatlong kondisyon na sinusundan. Una, ito ang a to the m over a to the n is equal to 1 kapag ang value ng m exponent at ng n exponent ay pareha lamang or parehas lamang. Ibig sabihin, if m is equal to n, ang value ng ating quotient of power is equal to 1. Pangalawang kondisyon, a to the m over a to the n. Kapag ang m daw ay mas lamang sa n or m is greater than n, ang value ng ating quotient of power is a raised to m minus n. And then followed by the third condition, a to the m over a to the n is equal to 1 over a raised to n minus m kung saan ang value daw ng m is less than n. Halimbawa, sa unang kondisyon, x cube over x cube. Ano ang ating sagot? Definitely, ang ating answer is only 1 dahil nga ang m at ang n ay parehong 3 lamang. And then we proceed to the second condition. X to the 5 divided by x cube. Ano ang ating sagot dito? We have it as x raised to 5 minus 3. Under yan ang second condition. Ang m value natin is 5 at ang n naman is equal to 3. Kaya nga ang ating sagot is x raised to 5 minus 3. And then afterward, we have to simplify it. We have x squared kasi 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. Yan ang ating pangalawang kondisyon na kung saan ang m is laging lamang kay n. And then we also have the third condition. A to the m over a to the n is equal to 1 over a raised to n minus m. If m is less than n, ito yung ating third condition. At ito naman ang ating halimbawa. X to the 5 over x to the 8. Sa pagkakataong ito, lamang ang n kay m. Or ang ibig sabihin, m is less than n or 5 is less than 8. Sa makatuwid, nasa third condition tayo o third law ng quotient of power. Ang ating sagot, 1 over x raised to 8 minus 5. And then afterwards, simplify it. We have 1 over x cubed. At yan ang ating kasagutan sa ating question na ano ang product or quotient ng x to the 5 over x to the 8. Maaari kasing product yan kapag iniakyat ko ang x to the 8 sa taas eh. Kasi ang magiging given natin is x to the 5 times x raised to negative 8. So product naman siya. Ngayon lang, ang format niya is quotient of power x to the 5 over x to the 8. Kaya ang ating sagot is 1 over x cubed. And then let us proceed to additional examples. Halimbawa, a to the 7 BC over a square b to the 5c. Ano ang ating sagot? Ang ating kasagutan, a to the 7 minus 2 over b to the 5 minus 1. Makakancel ang parehong c dahil pareho silang may 1 na exponent. And then, lamang ang a to the 7 kaysa kay a square. At nasa numerator ang a to the 7. Kaya ang ating sagot is a to the 7 minus 2. And then, afterward, pagdating sa b, mas mataas ang exponent na b na nasa denominator. Kaya b raised to 5 minus 1. And then, ang ating sagot, a to the 7 minus 2 over b raised to 5 minus 1 and then simplify it. Finally, we have a to the 5 over b to the 4th power. And the next example, negative 16 a to the 7 bc over 4a squared b to the 5c. Kung papansinin natin, negative 16 divided by 4 is negative 4. And then afterward, a to the 7 over a squared is a to the 7 minus 2 para sa numerator. And then denominator is b to the 5 minus 1. We have to simplify it. Negative 4a to the 5, b to the 4th over b to the 4th ang ating final answer. Ulitin ko ang ating sagot. Negative 4a to the 5 over b to the 4th power. How about this one? 3x raised to negative 2, x to the 5. So, paano natin yan isi-simplify at sasagutin? I-reformat muna natin 3x to the 5 over x squared. And then afterward, ang ating final answer is 3x cubed. Fourth example, 3x to the 5 over 6x to the 12. Ano kaya ang ating magiging kasagutan dito? Kung saan ay apply natin ang quotient of power. Ang ating sagot, 1 over 2x to the 12 minus 5 or 1 over 2x to the 7th power. At yan ang ating tinatawag na quotient of power. Now let us proceed to the third law. We have the power of power. A to the m raised to the n power is also equal to a to the m times n. Imumultiply lamang natin ang mga exponents pagdating sa power of power. Halimbawa, x cubed raised to the 4th power. If we're going to multiply 3 and 4, we have 12. Therefore, we have x raised to 3 times 4. And ang ating kasagutan, x to the 12th power. Another example, y squared raised to the 8th power. We have y squared times 8, y to the 16 ang ating final answer. Y raised to negative 2 and then raised to the 8th power. If we're going to multiply the exponents, we have y raised to negative 2 times 8. Simplifying it, we have y to the negative 16. Dahil negative exponent yan, gagawin nating positive exponent, ang y to the negative 16 ay magiging denominator. Kaya ang ating sagot is 1 over y to the 16th power. And the next, we have now the power of product. Pagdating sa power of product, meron din tayong ekspresyon o law na sinusundan. At ito ang product of AB raised to the n power na equal din sa kasagutang A to the n over B to the n. Halimbawa, XY raised to the 3rd power. I-distribute lang lamang natin ang 3 or power na 3 sa bawat variable na x and y. So we have x cubed, y cubed. And then we also have xy raised to the negative 3rd power or negative cube. I-distribute lang natin ang ating exponent na negative 3 sa bawat variable na x and y. And then we can have x to the negative 3, y to the negative 3, or 1 over x cube, y cube. Dahil lahat ng negative exponent ay gagawin nating mga positive exponents. UB cube raised to the 5th power. We have it as u to the 5, b to the 15 because 3 times 5 is 15 and 1 times 5 is equal to 5 para kay u. Ang ating sagot, u to the 5th power, v to the 15th power. And then finally, we also have the power of quotient. Pagdating sa power of quotient, meron din tayong law na sinusundan at ito yung ating law. Ang sabi, a over b raised to the n power is also equal to a to the n over b to the n. So, paano nga ba ang ibig sabihin yan? Halimbawa, x over y raised to the 3rd power. Ang parehong x at ang y ay magkakaroon lamang ng exponent na 3. Ibig sabihin, magkakaroon ng distribution process in terms of exponent. So, magiging x cubed over y cubed. The next example, x over y raised to the negative 4th power. Magiging x to the negative 4 and y to the negative 4. At para maging positive exponent ang lahat ng exponent natin, magkakaroon lang tayo ng interchanging process. Ang ating sagot, y to the 4th power over x to the 4th power. Ang dating negative exponent na x to the negative 4 ay magiging 1 over x to the 4. At ang 1 over y to the negative 4 na negative exponent ay magiging y to the 4th power. Kaya ang ating sagot, kapag pinag-multiply natin ang dalawa ay magiging y to the 4th power over x to the 4th power. And then we also have 2x to the 5 over 5y to the 4th power raised to the 3rd power. Ano ba ang ating sagot? Analyze natin. Ang ibig sabihin ng 2 cube is 2 times 2 times 2. Ibig sabihin noon, may 8 na tayong numerator. Pagdating sa x, we have x to the 5, and then i-multiply natin ang exponent na 5 sa 3, we have x to the 15. Regarding about 5 naman, 5 cube, ang ibig sabihin niyan is 5 times 5 times 5, so we have 125. And then y to the 4th power raised to the 3rd power is y raised to the 12th power. So ang ating sagot, 2 times 2 times 2, x to the 15, over 5 times 5 times 5, y to the 12. Finally, ito yung ating sagot. 8x to the 15 over 125, y to the 12 power. At yan ang ating tinatawag na power of quotient. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig at panonood ng aming mga video. Ito po ang inyong Matinik at ang Musikero channel na nagsasabing maraming salamat at God bless us all po. Thank you very much.